I'm Kimberly and welcome back to Yummie Zen. Today we're making a fall favorite of mine, which is spaghetti squash. Spaghetti squash is really easy to make. You just want to find a really ripe, nice yellow, medium-sized squash at a local farm stand or at a grocery store. And we're going to just slice it in half vertically. Just take a sharp knife, vertically slice it in half and open it up. And there'll be seeds in either side. Keep the seeds in there, okay? We're going to place them face down. So here's my already cooked spaghetti squash, but before you cook it, you place it face down in just a very shallow, small pan, and I fill it halfway with water, and I cook it or bake it on high, about 400 degrees, for about 35 to 40 minutes. And the way to tell if it's cooked and ready is to just do your little fork test. So you just want to stick the fork right in the outside of the skin, and if it can perforate the skin, it's usually ready, okay? So the process of getting the seeds out becomes much easier. So while it's still hot, you want to take your nice handy dandy pot holder, flip it upside down, and just take a regular fork from your kitchen drawer and just scoop the seeds in the center. I've already done it. Scoop the seeds into the trash, or you can save them for later and roast the seeds, just like pumpkin seeds. They're really good. And you kind of see it's kind of like orangey and gunky in the center. Once you get all that out, the rest of the spaghetti squash is all the spaghetti meat, the meat of the squash. So you don't want to keep pulling it just yet. So we're going to leave it face down so it stays warm. And I'm going to go ahead and show you preparing a little bit of a sauce here, or a topping for the spaghetti squash. And I remember when I was little, my mom used to saute up zucchini and onions and peppers and tomato sauce and add seasoning, and then she would put it all on top of this spaghetti squash, and it was like to die for. It was so yummy. So the great thing about spaghetti squash is it's really low in calories. An entire squash has about 200 or so calories, and it's filled with vitamins, and it's so healthy for you. No fat, nothing like that. So the sauce that I'm making is also low fat, no fat. So I've just used the petite diced tomatoes and an 8-ounce package of frozen spinach, some garlic, some fresh garlic. I'm going to also add a little bit of garlic powder and a little basil. And we're also going to add in just a couple of crushed red peppers to make it a little bit hot, not too much. We don't want to burn our mouths, but I do like it a little bit spicy with a little kick. So we've got that all in there. Just going to saute it on low. I've added a little olive oil to begin. You can really do it however you like. You can use tomato sauce or add in any vegetables that you love. But the great part about it is it's almost like cheating, because spaghetti squash the whole squash has as many calories as one serving of pasta has, and I'm telling you, it's just as good. Plus you get a ton of fiber, and like I said, a ton of vitamins, and that's what we're all about at the Yummie Zen Network. It's just really healthy, easy to make recipes. So I'm going to grab a plate now. So here's just a nice large plate, and I'm going to take one of the halves of the spaghetti squash. And so to start scooping it out, all you really do is just take your fork and just pull towards you, okay? And it'll come off in strings like this. You can see that it's coming off in strings. So as the strings come off, you just want to keep pulling, and then you want to just kind of pull right onto your plate, okay? So you can put a little muscle into it. So I'm just going to keep pulling and scraping out all that spaghetti squash. And then once you go in one direction, I usually turn it upside down and go in the opposite direction. Okay, so just keep pulling. And you can really get everything out of there. Essentially, all you want left at the end is just the skin, okay? So I'm going to use one entire half. Usually about a half a squash is good for one plate. This is really only about 100 calories here in the actual spaghetti portion. Okay, so I'm going to scoop it all out. Okay, so I've got it now, so it's just about empty, okay? You see it's totally empty. It's hollow now. Okay, so I'm going to place that down, and then my plate, you can see it looks stringy. It's just strings of spaghetti squash, okay? So now I'm just going to pour a little bit of my sauce over this. We'll scoop it out. A little spinach and tomatoes. Oh, that garlic smells so good. Okay, and we'll get some olive oil and pour it on. And then I usually top it with just a little bit of grated Parmesan cheese. So sprinkle that on, make it look very pretty. Okay, we'll spread this out a little bit. And voila, you have a really hearty, yummy vegetarian meal. Not just vegetarian, but it's vegan too. If you use, I'm using a dairy cheese, but you can use a non-dairy Parmesan cheese. And voila, you have your yummy spaghetti squash. So I hope you can make this at home, and it is as easy as it looks, and it is delicious. So thanks for joining in, and we'll see you next time.